Hello, my name is Jackie Kirkup. Welcome to Spotlight on Souris. Today is Wednesday, March the 12th, 2025. With me here, I have Stacie Murphy. Welcome, Stacie.
Thanks for having me.
Stacie is part of the Souris Daycare Board and is the current fundraising chair. So, Stacie, some exciting things happening around the daycare.
Yes. So,
Yeah, I understand there's some need possibly for some more spaces.
yes.
And as fundraising chair, I know you have a great plan lined up for this year as you're fundraising to possibly do an expansion.
Yes.
So that's super exciting.
It is. It is very exciting. I feel like I'm glad that we have now really brought this to fruition or moving forward with it. It is at the very, very early stages, but I feel like it's time. We know that there is demand for childcare in the community, so
Yeah, that is definitely exciting.
Yeah.
I certainly feel for those that are waiting, but it just shows that the community is growing.
Yes.
And there are youngsters that need to get into the daycare, which, just eventually get into our school system and
Yes.
all those great things.
Yeah.
So what is one of the first fundraisers that you have lined up for this year?
Yeah, so we just finished, we did a meat fundraiser with Prairie Rose Meats.
Okay.
So that's something they've done kind of annually for the last couple of years. So we just finished that one. We have tickets that are just really fresh going out. So it is a trip voucher. So it is a $10,000 trip voucher. So
Wow.
yeah, so I am super excited. It is limited tickets. So we're just doing 1,000 tickets. And then you can take the trip voucher or there is the cash option as well.
Okay.
So if you're not someone that travels or if you're someone that travels and, kind of limitless or your dream vacation, this is kind of your opportunity. So, yeah, I'm extremely excited
That
about
is
this
awesome.
one.
So how much are tickets for this particular
Tickets are
draw?
$25.
Okay.
Yes.
And like you said, you're just in the early stages of getting those out and about.
Yeah, so we've just started.
Okay.
Parents will get them actually tomorrow, and then we have a meeting there actually after this. So I will get that to everyone on the board, and yeah, I feel like yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah, I don't think there's been, well, at least I cannot recall, something like this hasn't been done for quite some time. So yeah,
Yeah.
super exciting to have something very different for a change.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I love to travel, but I know traveling seems to be something that everyone's doing a bit more of. So, yeah, I think it's something very exciting. So we have that one that's out right now.
Okay.
So if you have your kid or grandkid or anyone that's in the daycare, they will have tickets for sale,
Okay.
or you can reach out to myself or anyone on the board or anything like that.
Okay, awesome.
And then the next fundraiser we're going to have coming up is our golf tournament. So we
Okay.
are going to do a scramble. We already have actually quite a few teams registered. So
That's great.
yeah, yes.
People are planning their golfing, which is a good
Yes.
sign spring's coming.
Yes. So that golf tournament is June 7th. And then the golf tournament includes the steak supper. But if you're someone that doesn't golf and you still want to help the daycare with our fundraising, then you can just attend the steak supper and get a ticket for that.
Okay.
So those tickets aren't quite out yet, but I feel like if it's something that you're interested in, make sure to mark the calendar. And that's actually when we'll do the draw that evening for the trip.
Oh, okay.
This way people can see it live.
Yeah, well, I better be sure to be at the steak supper because I feel like I'm going on a trip somewhere.
I hope so. Yeah, so I feel like that's our next one, which I'm really excited about. I feel like it'll be nice to do that with the golf course.
Yes.
And yeah, I feel like I'm very excited to do something a little bit different again for the daycare that we haven't done yet.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm glad you've got, teams are already interested.
Yes.
So that's great. How many teams, or how many golfers, I guess?
So each team have 4 golfers.
Okay.
And then we've already met our minimum. And then the maximum was kind of vague. It was like you can have, let's say, 2 4-people teams per hole. But then
Okay.
they said you could go over if you wanted to. So
Right.
I don't really know how many over.
Yep.
But I feel like, with that, I feel like we're planning with one of the members at the golf course.
Oh,
so,
perfect.
so I feel like that once I get closer to maybe our maximum, then I will look into that a little
Right.
bit more. But
How much
yeah.
is it for a team to register?
It's $400, so it's
Okay.
$100 a person.
Okay.
And then, like I said, that includes your steak supper when you're a golfer.
Right.
So it'll be your green fee, then your steak supper. And then if you need a cart, just make sure to call the clubhouse to reserve one.
Okay.
Which, I don't know, probably once we see a little warmer weather, they'll be opening up, right?
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Awesome.
yes.
Well, that's super exciting too. And like you said, like I'm amazed already. You're such a great planner, and having these all lined up, and people will know what to expect, coming through the year. So.
Yeah, and so I had sent, at the start of the year, we had sent an email to all the parents. This way they kind of knew what the fundraisers were, if they wanted to be involved, or if it was something that interested them. I've already had some parents reach out that way, and then also just for them to be able to mark their calendars. And I know, especially summertime, it always seems to get busy, but throughout the year we get busy, right? So
for sure. Yeah.
I think, it was just a good way for people to be able to plan, which brings us to our next fundraiser.
Yes,
We're going to wait till after summer.
Okay.
And then come fall, we'll do Mom's Pantry. I feel like, I know I'd said this, it's kind of like a classic. So
I think it is a classic.
Yeah.
It's been, one that's happening in Souris, and it's, goes around to different groups,
Yes, exactly.
But, I agree. I have a lot of items in my cupboard that I usually buy every year.
Yes, every year you just kind of replenish them.
Yes.
And, right? So, that one will be in the fall. Hopefully, kind of once we get back into the swing of school.
Right.
And then our last fundraiser for the year will be our Halloween social. So we had done it last year.
Yes.
That'll be October 25th on the Saturday. And we just kind of want to, keep building on it and keep growing. It was very well taken last year. We had a good amount of volunteers and donations and all that. So it was greatly appreciated and really nice to see. So it's something that we feel if we keep doing it, it's something people expect to have. So
isn't that true about events? If you can just continually have them around the same day, the same, the idea of the event, that people do get to, kind of gets ingrained in their brain a little bit more.
Yeah, you kind of see it coming and plan
can,
around it.
Absolutely.
Right?
So I not a huge fan of Halloween, I will tell you this, but curious, are people coming, you don't have to necessarily dress up to come.
No, you don't have to. If you want to, last year we had prizes for a couple different categories. And it was actually amazing to see how many people did. And some people were like, oh, I just threw this together last minute. And I'm thinking I don't even know how you had this stuff at your house. And some were super planned, but they were very well done.
Awesome.
And it was fun. It was actually, and that's, I think, the thing about Halloween. I think it used to always have to be scary, or it always had to be,
Yes.
And now it's there were some that were funny, and some we had done groups, and we had done scariest and all that. Fun. And it was just fun. Yeah.
I think that's me as a young girl going around in the farming community, going into, different homes. And that was the thing, was to scare.
Yes.
And I guess I'm not scared necessarily. I just don't like not seeing a person's face, I think, that's what I don't like.
That's so funny, because there was a couple that was dressed up last year and they had a mask on, and I'm like, oh my God, they are freaking me out. And then I found out who it was later, obviously, and who they were. So it was just, it is when someone has a scary costume now, it's unexpected.
Oh, that's so great. I'm glad to hear there's been a good turnout coming, and maybe something for myself to maybe start working on a costume for this coming October. Lots of time to plan ahead. That's wonderful, Stacie. I am so happy for the daycare, and I'm thrilled to hear that, an expansion is needed. And it just makes you feel good about the community and seeing what's happening, and knowing that there is a need. And I feel like you guys are at the forefront of getting yourselves ready to be able to address that when the time comes.
Yeah, and with us being really at the early stages, I feel like it's something that it's ultimately something that we need for the community, so something that we really want to focus on. So.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. Okay, so tickets will be going out here shortly for the travel voucher. So people can, watch for different people in the community, board members or daycare parents will have tickets for sale. So
so if you want to get tickets or register a team for the golf tournament, or be involved or at all anyway, you can reach out to myself. My number, you can call or text me at 204-441-9242, or you can email me at Stacie Murphy at royallepage.ca.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that information, Stacie, because sometimes, people don't necessarily know, other people, and
Yes.
you giving out your name and contact information will be helpful for those at home that might not have a connection.
Yeah, we've actually been very pleasantly surprised at who's registered for the golf tournament. Lots of them, I don't know who they are, so it's
Oh.
great to see that they're seeing posters
Yeah.
and stuff like that already.
Yeah,
So
well, I think it's the golfing
Yeah.
community as a whole. When you think about, all the golf course kind of in our area, I think they're very good about, helping each other and
Participate- yeah.
participating,
yes, I
as much as
completely
they
agree.
can in other communities.
Yeah.
And a golf game's a golf game.
Yes.
If you can get 4 or 5 in on a weekend, good for you.
And even if you're not a golfer, it can
That's
still
right.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Stacie, we certainly covered a lot of things. Do you think we missed anything?
I think that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe as things progress a little bit with this possible expansion, we'll certainly have you
That'd be
come back
great.
again and update us on what's happening.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Stacie. This has been Spotlight on Souris for Wednesday, March the 12th, 2025.